what men like. Take the time to learn what men like. A lot of times, if you're not a rich dude,
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the, shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle.
see how he called that a miracle? Talking about giving the money is worship. That's why a lot of people ain't in the churches anymore. With all these mega churches, it's all based on how much you could give them where you sit in the aisles. If you're in the front row, if you're in the back row, now you online. Hey, everybody give $20. That's status in the church, how much you give, and the praise you'll get from whoever's on the pulpit talking to you. Um, I don't know. I feel a lot of different ways about this, right? A lot of people don't really understand why you give the church tithes, right? Now, granted, a lot of these people are good people and they dedicate their lives to the Most High, right? Whether you agree with what they teach, how they teach it, but hey, they dedicate themselves, right? And that requires time. A lot of times these guys don't have full-time jobs. So their full-time job is the church or whatever, right? Now, granted, if your full-time job is the church, all the people that come to your church, if they paying what we call tithes, that keeps the doors open, that keeps the lights on, that keeps them be able to pay the organ player, right? Um, be able to do food drives, give to the community, but that's the whole idea. But it's deeply rooted in the Old Testament, in the Torah, right? You had the 12 tribes of Israel, right? You had Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Usher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and he had two sons, which was Ephraim and Manasseh, and then you had Benjamin, right? Now they all had inheritance when they went in the land. All right. But Levi inheritance was the tabernacle, right? So they was commanded to bring 10% of their tithes to the Levites to keep them stable because their main job and dedication was to the Most High and maintaining the temple, right? And the sacrifices and stuff like that. So like if you had grain, you would bring 10% of your grain. If you had livestock, you would bring 10% of your livestock. And that's what fed the Levites, right? So that's where tithes come from. So it kind of like turned into what we have today when you see the mega churches asking for all this money and these guys living like celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Why people are really thinking they're doing something for God, right? And they giving them their last, hoping like it's a lot, like you playing a lottery, like you playing God lottery. Like if I give them my last, God gonna bless me with something. And to a certain degree, that's what these guys do when they manipulate people. And I'm not gonna say they don't believe, but they get so caught up in this money and building up this money for whatever thing they trying to do, even pat their own pockets. Like it's crazy to the point that the whole idea behind tithes has become this thing where we prop up preachers and they live in mansions while everybody living in the slums. And especially in these mega churches, like you paying for front row seats. And then you get the praise from the preacher. So now you're the man at church. Like I don't know how I feel about like, and then like what with this, he shut the doors, right? He told the ushers to shut the door. Shut the door. They shut the door, whatever, right? And then he goes to give his spiel. And we've seen this before. We all have seen this before. Now this video right here is going viral because it's It's a newer version of the same thing. He's trying to get $40,000, and he want everybody online to pay. Because remember, back in the day, it wasn't no online. They would pass that basket around 3, 4 times for different things. You know what I mean? And growing up, I remember that. I've done it. Here go a $50 bill. Because you want to do the right thing. You want to help the preacher. You want to help the church, right? Because you believe in God. You think you're doing something for God, but you're really not. The funny thing about these guys in the New Testament, no disrespect to nobody in their belief system, they'll tell you all the laws and commandments are done away with and we under grace, but they still want to hold on to the tithes. They want to hold on to the tithes. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't look out for the church, right? They're tax exempt. I think it's a 501(c)(3). I don't know what the code is, but they tax exempt. So they ain't gotta pay no taxes. So all the money, that 40,000 that he's trying to gather from everybody, he ain't gonna have to pay no taxes on that. And I'm not even gonna demonize this man because this video don't give a whole lot of context. Him raising this $40,000 could be for a real good cause. And he's feeling like I'm not leaving because I believe in the people that they could do it. You know what I'm saying? And it may not be right, and I'm not going to justify it. But I don't know the full context of this video. I seen a picture of him floating around next to a real expensive car. The same preacher, the same thing, especially down south with these mega churches, man. These guys be living like kings, man. Then they start to prey on the little boys and all that stuff, or have a bunch of kids all over the place, man. And it's not limited to Christianity, Islam, all kinds of different belief systems, man. People do the same thing. But I think that personally, like if I was into something like this, I wouldn't be opposed to saying, hey, this is what I can afford to give. But I will not be held hostage. And, I already paid and I put something in the basket when it came around the first time. Now you're going to tell them to shut the doors and you're not going to let us leave until you reach a certain amount. That's going too far. That is going too far. Maybe you should sell that nice car you was sitting beside, standing beside in that picture. Maybe you should make sacrifices in your life. Maybe you should get a job. Do you know some people don't even make $40,000 in a year? Are we talking about 52 weeks in a year, right? Going to work every day. Wrench, with his wash, cycle, rinse, repeat every single day. Getting up when you're tired, getting up at 5 in the morning to be to work at 6, getting off at 2, blah, 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 over and over again to make less than that. And you want this group of people and all the people online to give you that. To as though even making 40,000 a year, you don't even see the 40,000. That's before taxes. I just think that this is not a good look. And you can't say this is a thing of God because it's not. You're not a Levite. This is not the temple. It's gone. If y'all really want to really talk and get a little deep, to be honest with you, if you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, it talks about the blessings and the curses, right? And it talks about the things we need to do when it comes to following in the Most High. It's keeping all the commandments and all these different things. In the same way the Most High scattered the Israelites abroad, he himself will gather them from all the outermost parts of the world, right? And bring them back together, write their laws on his heart, right? And then we'll go back to the ways, and it won't be like a thing like, oh, it's hard to keep the Shabbat. It's hard to fast on Yom Kippurim. It'll be a thing that's done, it's written in your heart. It's not going to be a challenge, and you're going to be living in a society where you do that. These churches, none of these religions teach that, and it says it right there. They don't teach you how to get back to God. They don't. So what is you paying for? To prop up these guys and the next, it's a job for these people. It's just a job. Because if people, I know men, Barack or not, real men that believe in the Most High, who to this day, like these people ain't it, man. These people, you're paying for nothing. You read that Old Testament, you see what the Most High is talking about. You see what his directives is. You read that New Testament and understand what Yehoshua ben Yosef was teaching. Because you ain't going to understand what he was teaching if you don't read that Torah or that Tanakh. It's not going to. So that's why a lot of y'all are confused because y'all reading it at the middle of the book and you don't even understand the context of what's going on. Well, you like got guys like that are probably cherry pick verses out and have you thinking one way and telling you all this other stuff. That's why people don't change. That's why people don't repent. That's why people celebrate Easter and all these other things that have nothing to do with the Most High in the church. They'll have you in that same church, that same preacher, and have you in there looking for Easter eggs and having Easter egg hunts. Right? And you might say, hey, what's wrong with that? But if you do the research, you'll know about Ishtar, the fertility god, eggs and bunnies, fertility. Remember, fucking like bunnies, eggs, and what mammal lay eggs? But that's a whole nother story. But like a lot of the stuff that these people have you in there doing and not teaching you the laws of the Most High, what are you really paying for if you're not trying to get to that place that they preach that you go to when you die? If you really want to get to where your Z-teats at. Mine's downstairs. I don't got them on. But where are they? Why are you eating pork? Why are you eating shellfish? Why are you eating a lot of things? Snakes, alligators, whatever. Like it's a lot of stuff that's in that book that they just glimpse over and they just, oh, I'm in feeling of grace. And nobody changed. They walk around in this high. And that's what you're paying for. And you get what you pay for. It's not to say that it's not good brothers out here that's teaching, that's believing. And I don't take away nothing from nobody because I ain't got nothing to replace it with. But if you really want to do the right, this is not it. I'm not saying don't prop up whatever your belief system is, right? But I'm saying this is ridiculous. It's real teachers out there that don't get a dime, two dimes rubbed together. But they giving that pure teaching. They going into the language. They doing all these things. And these guys, they don't get the spotlight. They don't in this age of social media, they don't get all the likes. They don't get all the views. No. Nope. Because society and the way the system's set up, it blinds you from what's really important. You think they're going to put you in a situation where you can have access to real teaching? Right, it's right there. No, what they do, they flood it with all kinds of crap. So you gotta be fortunate enough to get through all the bull crap to find the real teachings. And a lot of times we'll never get to that. Or people so stubborn, right? They just believe what they believe and they not open to learning new stuff or updating the information that they already know based on new information being revealed. So they will be in this church with this guy. And they probably got all kinds of stuff that it says do not do going on in there. Or they try to find some way around it. Like I ain't gonna never sit here and say, I'll say my thoughts, but when we talking about stuff like this, the Torah says what it says. You either fall on two sides of it, the good side or the bad side, and that's just it. You can't make it to what you want it to be. And in this situation with the tithes, that's what we have. Let's play this video one more time.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed.
We all like a challenge, right? We all like a challenge. 40,000 to do what? And I don't know, man. It's like I don't want to jump the gun and be wrong about what he raising the money for, right? But a lot of the stuff that you could be raising money for, the society already have safety nets for that. This got to be for the church. That's for them.
Now,
hold on. And if they need $40,000 for bills, how they get that behind? Or let's just give them a little bit. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say they're just trying to get a new building. Like you ain't gonna get it that day. It's something that's going to be done over time. Save the money that the people give you when they give it to you. You might not be able to get the building when you want to get the building.
Everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because
See that? So you up here, you pay you this is the top, this is the top tier here. We need $100 from you guys that's up here with me. And you know how much pressure that put on people? Because just think about it. He all sweaty, right? He just laid it down. He just put a whole concert on, had the choir come out, whatever. Everybody did their thing. Shut the doors, Usher. Shut the doors. We need 40,000 tonight. I want 20. I want to get $20 from there's 1,000 people in here. That's $20 each. Then he said goes to bring it up to the people online. Then he said the people up here with me, I want 100. Shut the doors. And he's walking around, he's looking at people. People will feel obligated, even if they didn't want to give. And this is such thing as synergy, right? It's like, all right, think about like, is a guy, he's selling stuff online, right? He's local, right? And every time somebody buy his shirt or his hat, whatever it is, he takes a picture with him and post it up, right? And it becomes a thing. It picks up momentum. And so everybody, oh, I gotta get the hat. I gotta, I'm gonna take the picture with him. And it becomes a thing. And it's synergy. It's no different. A different form of that is when like everybody's doing it, giving, you kind of feel obligated. Maybe that's not a good example, but that's what's going on. Synergy. They sitting there, we all giving, already gave. Now you digging in your back pocket. You already had what you had planned to give to them. Now you reaching in your back pocket. They got bank machines inside of these churches. You know what? They take debit. That's where we at. And this is a business, man. Don't get it twisted. This ain't got nothing to do with the Most High.
again, it costs to sit up here. I'm going to have y'all come to the altar.
You heard what he said? And it costs to sit up here. So hold on, let's go back to what he said about the $100. Hold on.
Everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I'm going to have y'all come to the altar and give it because I need to see 1,000 people moving.
Not only that, so now it's like high school. Now I want the people who can afford to pay, I want them to bring the money up here to the altar so everybody can see how they get praised. And that's another way to make people feel obligated to give who wasn't going to give more. This is a game, man. This is a tactic. This is fucking mental gymnastics right here.
Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the, shh. Giving is worship.
Oh, giving is worship. See how he just fold that money up? Watch how he fold that money up. Watch this.
Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is.
Everybody got money out. Big bills. And you gotta think part of the gimmick is he probably gave them money. Like, yo, you here go 300 for you, 300 for you. So those guys up there, if they part of the show, all right, you're gonna see me pull out the blue face and put it in there. So people who's not part of the whole scheme gonna pull their money out. Because do not mistaken that this is a business. All right, man. Just don't forget that what this is about, their inheritance that the Levites didn't get, right? They didn't get land. Their inheritance was the tabernacle of the Most High, where they tend to the ark and all those different things, right? And the Israelites would bring 10% of their tithes to them so they could maintain them, so they could do what they had to do in the service of the Most High. That's what it is. It turned into what we have today. It's not a bad concept, but the problem is the difference between them and the ancient Israelites and the Levites is that they was trying to keep people really following the Most High. Regardless of what happened to the Israelites, we all know the history, right? And that's why they got scattered, right? But when that was established, that's what they were doing. These people are adding and taking away from the scriptures, coming up with their own interpretations of the scriptures. Remember, back then, everybody didn't have the Torah. so they could all interpret it a certain type of way. They make it say what they wanted it to say to manipulate people. That's not what it's about. And I'm gonna tell anybody, man, if you really love the Most High, turn back to the Most High. Read that Torah. Read the Torah. They want to keep you away from that. It's so many diversions out there in society and life to keep you away from the Most High. They even set up fake things for you to worship. Ting ting, sparkly, glittery, anything to get your attention. I tell you, and I'm gonna end it on this. If you didn't know, I am definitely an Israelite. Yidimi Yahoo ben Yehuda ben Yisrael. When I die, I want to go out serving the Most High the right way, keeping the Shabbat, all the those days. That's what I believe in. I believe exactly what it says. If we turn back and follow the Most High with all our heart, all our mind, and all our soul. I might talk about different topics and stuff, and it might not align with what I believe in because I think everybody got to find their way to the Most High the same way I did. It wasn't forced down my throat. Pause. I had to learn. I had to study. I had to research. And so many things in the midst of that was thrown out there. This ain't for you. You ain't the people. You ain't this. You ain't that. Or people within it and their wickedness will make you feel disgusting about the thing that you follow because a lot of people make the men that they learn from the face of the information and not the information. The face. And it ain't easy, man. And then you want to find a group, then you want to find the right group. It's no different. But I'm going on a tangent. But that's what I believe in. If you ever wanted to know my stance, why my beard all raggedy, why I don't eat certain stuff, why I treat people a certain type of way, I always try to be kind, is that Torah and that Tanakh. All praise to the Most High. Hallelujah. Baruch atah Yahuwah. We out.